You're watching Retirement Talk with Eric Kearney, Southwest Florida's retirement television. He's an author, a radio host, a fiduciary, and Southwest Florida's premier investment advisor. Here is Senior Investment Advisor Eric Kearney.
Good morning and welcome to Retirement Talk Television. My name is Cynthia DeFazio and I'm joined today by Eric Kearney. And Eric is the president and the CEO of Retirement Wealth Advisors. Eric, good morning. It's so good to see you.
You as well, Cynthia.
You're just such a bright light always. Are you always happy? I just have to ask you right now because you're always just glowing.
Yeah, all my baby pictures, I was always a pretty happy kid. My parents raised me. I had a great family. I love my family to death. And yeah, I mean, I've got a great life. And now, like, all my clients have become part of my family, so I really do feel blessed. And you know, like I said, I get up every day. I'm excited to do this job. I really do feel like we put people in better financial positions, and I love it. I mean, I love the challenge. I love the responsibility, but I also think that we're really capable of that. So this is why I like to get on TV and I like to get on the radio show and show people that you can make a difference in your portfolio. You can make a difference in your financial life. You can make a difference in your retirement. Sure. And, you know, all advisors are not built the same. And so there are processes out there that you can go through and there's more answers that you can get and you can have a better built portfolio, and you just got to take the time to figure out how to do that and who to go see.
Absolutely, and that's such a key component, is finding out who to go see, because we've talked about this in the prior episodes that your clients love coming in and sitting with you or meeting over Zoom if they feel more comfortable right now. Yeah. But they love the fact that you give them individualized, personalized attention and care. It's not a one-size-fits-all situation. They said that they love the fact that you truly listen to what they have to say and to what they want their retirement years to look like. And you're able to help create that picture for them and help them to get onto the right path.
I think the thing about our firm is, over a lot of other firms, is we're not interested in working with hundreds and hundreds of clients, because then it's like, I don't really know who this person is. What are we doing for them? We actually sit down with our clients and they're like, you know, even if we're going on an hour and a half, they're like, Eric, you know, do you have somebody else coming in? No, this is your time. Like, we plan this. I want to get to know you. I want to get to understand you. I have to know your situation. Yeah. And we have had some pretty long meetings, you know? And so the thing is that by the time we get done with that client, we know what direction we're headed in, but we also know what's on their mind, because there's so many things that are driving us out there that when they come in, they're like, well, I heard this, or I heard this, and what does this mean for me? And we kind of have to clear through the smoke and really see what's real. And that's what the clients want from us, is what's really going on with my portfolio, what's really going on with my retirement, and that's what we're trying to explain to them.
Absolutely. I'd like to talk a little bit today about financial truths and how it ties in with technology. Technology is always a great thing, right? When it works, but it can also not be your friend during retirement. Let's talk a little bit about that today, Eric. What is your thought with how the media can actually become your biggest enemy, if you will, due to technology?
The media is now 24/7. It's all over the place. If you remember back in the late 70s and the early 80s, the news was pretty simple. You would kind of race home at night to pick it up at 6 p.m. and then it was on again at 11 p.m. and then you read the newspaper. That's how we got a lot of our news.
Absolutely.
Now it's constantly being fed to us. Instagram, Facebook, no matter where you turn, you've got different newscasts, you've got business newscasts, you've got all these guys screaming at you, telling you what's wrong with the world. There's no positivity out there. We're all getting this noise through the media. And so what's happening is that people are going based on the media's recommendations. And let me tell you this, again, I do not get political, but Don Lemon, Anderson Cooper, Sean Hannity, Susie Orman, all those people are out there for you to watch them sell their books, sell all their stuff that they have out there. When you're 79, 80, 82, 83, 84 years old, those people are not going to be there for your retirement. So what they're screaming on TV and telling you, they're just worrying about you, but they're not going to be there to hold your hand or to manage your money in retirement. We are. That's the huge difference. So there's a lot of people who are getting very emotional by what the media is telling them. We had a gentleman call me about 2 weeks ago. He says, Eric, I can't wait to come in and see you. And I was like, okay, I'll put Autumn on to schedule the appointment. No, I'm not coming in until after I see what happens with the election. Here's what's wrong with that. You're being reactive, not proactive.
Sure.
I already want to know how I'm going to get my clients past the election. So we've already been preparing for that.
Okay.
And by the way, we just got through a pandemic, a recession, unemployment, and everything, right?
Right.
So we're not done yet. We got to still have a long year left. So we have to be able to get through that. But by being proactive, we understand that it's a quadrennial event. We knew it was going to happen this year.
Sure.
But we've got to be prepared for it.
Sure.
I'm not going to go through an event and then react to it.
Yeah.
So more than likely, he's probably not going to be a good fit for us. We're not going to go based on what happens. We're going to go by getting over that financial hurdle. Do you really think that this election is going to be the only financial hurdle that we're ever going to have?
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
When you go back at all of the times that the markets have been tumultuous, you have 1999, the tech bubble, 2001, a terrorist attack. You've had multiple pullbacks and corrections in the market. How has your advisor reacted to those? Were you able to get over that financial hurdle? Then you get up to 2008 and you have the real estate meltdown. These are all considerably different events from one another. And then all of a sudden you have a pandemic. And again, this is where people say the media has kind of, blown things out of proportion. People get very emotional over that.
Sure.
And they stop doing things.
Sure. Causes them to freeze, correct, Eric? Like paralysis by analysis, if you will?
100%. They're going by what events are happening on TV. Here's the one thing. I don't care what's going on around the world. I don't care what's happening with the U.S. markets. I care about your personal goals, your personal objectives. Your number one benchmark should always be your retirement, not the S&P 500, not what your Uncle Charlie's doing, not what the guy at the water cooler's doing, but your personal financial goals. And what we have to do is we have to create a dynamic portfolio that's constantly adjusting, and we already know that there's going to be bumps and bruises through that retirement.
Sure.
That's normal.
Sure.
But by building a strategic financial plan, we're able to get over those. So I turn off the media. I don't listen to very much news.
Yeah, same.
I came home a few weeks ago and my neighbor yells to me across the yard, "Hey Eric, what'd the market do today?" I yelled back, "I have no idea." I mean, the market's going to go up, the market's going to go down. I'm not going to go in and react because the market was up or down 300 points.
I agree.
We have a sound asset allocation. We are money managers. We understand that we are invested for the long term. We are looking to invest in a business cycle, not an election cycle. And so again, people are getting stuck on the election and they just can't move past that. And so the bottom line is again, start knowing that your advisor is looking out for your best interest and what is your plan to get through any kind of event. That's the biggest thing.
Okay. Eric, we're about ready to open up the phone lines for the very first time this week. Can you tell the viewing audience what they can expect to receive by calling in?
Sure, Cynthia. So if you're watching today and you've never had a written financial plan, or you're really interested in a second opinion, you're really not sure about where you are right now, and you may have some reasonable doubt, give us a call today. Let's give that financial plan a whirl, and we're going to charge. We're going to give it away, no obligation. We're not going to charge you for that. It's fully complimentary, no obligation to the next 10 callers. We're going to write all the reports for you, the fee report, the Morningstar reports, a tax analysis, maybe a volatility analysis. Let's see where it takes you. Let's see where that plan leads you. Let's get you reacquainted with your portfolio, and again, without any obligation. If you're interested in your very own income plan, we'll show you proven strategies and techniques to turbocharge your retirement income. In short, we're going to take all the guesswork out of financial planning, so give us a call today, 1-800-779-9600. 1942. And again, no cost, no obligation.
That's an unbelievable value, Eric. It truly is. To the viewing audience at home, once again, it's complimentary. The number to call is 1-800-779-1942. We know that in the past, the additional phone lines actually have been a little busy as well. So today we have more phone lines that are open for you. The number to call is 800-779-1942. When we come back after this very short commercial break, we're going to have more questions and answers from Eric about planning your perfect stress-free retirement. Please stay tuned.
What does your retirement look like? Is it filled with travel, spending time with family, uninterrupted rounds at the golf course? Or are you too worried to even think about your hopes and dreams?
Questions about your retirement are normal. So come into our office, sit down with us, and let us help you find those answers.
Eric and his team can answer your questions with a complimentary review of your retirement and income plan, and it all starts with getting to know you.
We specialize in helping people just like you prepare for the retirement that they've always dreamed of.
They'll do exactly that by going over your current strategy to expose the weaknesses that may exist in your retirement portfolio. Plus, they'll explain potential risks and possible strategies to you in easy-to-understand terms and help get you reacquainted with your portfolio and income strategy.
What I enjoy most about retirement planning is sitting down with you and having real conversations about your retirement dreams and goals.
Once they understand your retirement goals, objectives, and dreams, they'll work to custom build a retirement plan to help ensure that you cannot outlive your income in retirement.
Retirement doesn't have to be scary. Let us help you retire confidently.
Because every dream needs a plan. Call Eric today and schedule your visit. You only retire once, so let's get it right the first time.
Welcome back to Retirement Talk Television. My name is Cynthia DeFazio, and I'm joined today by Eric Kearney. And Eric is the president and the CEO of Retirement Wealth Advisors. Eric, a great show that we're having today, just talking about, of course, technology, how that can definitely be your foe at times versus your friends, and it can create panic and all kinds of concern. I also wanted to talk to you a little bit about just planning for retirement, if you will. How important is it to know your risk tolerance level?
So your risk tolerance is something that's going to change on a regular basis. As we get older, we naturally get a little more conservative. So every single year, we're rechecking that client's risk tolerance, making sure that they're able to sleep at night. This is the sleep factor. So when people say, Eric, you manage a lot of money, how do you sleep at night? I sleep like a baby. Why is that? Because we understand our client's risk tolerance. We understand that through a difficult market, based on their risk tolerance, they're going to be okay. More importantly, that the client knows that they're going to be okay. So this is really critical in building a portfolio, making sure that this is going in within their risk tolerance. We've seen a lot of older people who come into me and say, Eric, I'm very conservative, but yet they have a very risky, equity-driven portfolio. It's not indicative of their true risk tolerance.
Sure.
You also see a lot of people when the markets are going through the roof, they're an aggressive investor, and then as soon as the markets drop, no, I'm a conservative investor. What you have to figure out is, how do you feel right now? Because a lot of times people don't want those big gains of 20%. They're happy with something that's like 6 or 7%.
Yeah.
So you have to, again, go back to that financial plan, build out the income plan, understand what your rate of return has to be to meet your lifestyle needs. Again, purpose determines placement of your investments, and your risk tolerance really plays into that.
Okay. All right, Eric, thank you so much. I want to also ask you, is there a magic bullet?
No, there's no magic bullet.
Okay.
If something sounds too good to be true, it usually is. And when there's clients that come into my office and they say, Eric, I have this product and it guarantees something, the guarantee is like a swear word in our business. I never use guaranteed, okay? So this is like a really bad word that you want to use in retirement, because everything has risks. Yeah. Everything, even a CD, even cash positions. So there's a lot of times where we want to go through and we actually want to show them how much risk is in that portfolio and how is that actually suitable for you as well. So,
okay. Okay. Eric, I want to ask you, let's talk a little bit about unrealistic goals. what do those look like? What are some unrealistic goals that someone may have?
Right. So there's a lot of people that want to sacrifice their retirement to take care of their children. And a lot of times those are unrealistic goals. There's a lot of times where people want to spend a lot more money in retirement. If they're unrealistic goals, I will tell them up front, I would rather tell that client at 62 years old, this is not going to be a good decision for you, rather than telling them at 84 or 85, by the way, you're running out of money, and I knew about this 20 years ago, right?
Right.
So we had a client that came in to me 2 years ago. They were savers, no kids, both full income executives, socked away a lot of money. So they're like, look at how much money we have. Okay, great portfolio. I want to know how much your life costs. And when we showed them that they were actually going to run out of money, they didn't believe me in the first meeting, but the numbers weren't jiving. So on my way back to my other office, I thought they're not going to be a good fit. They're not going to listen to me because they have unrealistic goals and they want to make sure that they cover them. In the next meeting, when we went through the full-blown financial plan and the lifestyle income plan, with inflation, with everything that they wanted to do, we showed them that that was an unrealistic time frame and that they would still have to work another 3 or 4 years. I wasn't sure how they were going to react. The reaction was, Eric, thank you for being honest with us because our other advisor told us that we were going to be just fine. No financial plan, no lifestyle income plan, absolutely no proof whatsoever other than a verbal authorization, you're going to be just fine in retirement. So we've been working with that client ever since, and now the portfolio's thriving. They're okay with working another 3 or 4 years, but more importantly, they see where they're going to be okay later on in retirement based on their lifestyle. So we took an unrealistic time frame.
Sure.
We made the time frame realistic. We tweaked a little bit of their investments, and it's changed their whole situation, and they're actually a very good client of ours now. But it was kind of touch and go in the beginning because I want to give them the real, and I want to be upfront with them and say, look, this isn't going to work for you. I would rather them not work with me and tell them the truth rather than just take on their assets and hope it's going to work out. Hope is not a strategy, right? And so we're very upfront with people, and we want to show you all your time frames and all of your monetary needs as they unfold through that financial plan. It's a lot of time invested in writing those plans. And so the thing is that that plan is going to be updated on a regular basis, but the client is able to log into that and see it on a regular basis that they're going to be okay.
Sure, and that provides such peace of mind knowing that you're going to be okay no matter what comes your way.
Right.
Absolutely. I want to talk to you a little bit about how your parents' portfolio should not necessarily be your portfolio, because it's so true, Eric, when you think about it. Even our retirement today is not the same as our parents' retirement. So many things have changed in the world. So let me ask you about how the portfolio plays into balance with that as well. We shouldn't have our parents' portfolio necessarily.
That's a great question. So about 3 years ago, we sent out a video to our clients. Look, there's 2 trains coming together, and when they hit, it's going to affect your portfolio. Those 2 trains were dropping interest rates. Now you can refinance your house for under 3%, almost 2.62 was the last one that I heard. These are unheard of interest rates, which means they're affecting the fixed income market. So when a client now wants to get conservative, they think, I want to go to bonds. That's where my father was. Well, if your father was in bonds even 20 years ago, significantly different bond market. Right now, bond yields are almost uninvestable because interest rates are so low. You have to find another alternative for a conservative or safer portfolio. So the thing is that there's a lot of people that are coming into me, well, Eric, this is exactly what my parents did, and it worked out really well for them. I promise you, this is not your parents' market environment that they had. It's consistently different. Your portfolio is going to be consistently different than your children's in another 20 or 25 years. The thing is that you have to keep morphing forward. You need positive forward progression. You have to rebalance and reallocate that portfolio, remove toxic holdings from that portfolio, and making sure that it's healthy. This is what we're looking at all the time. Anything that becomes toxic in the portfolio gets dropped from the portfolio. And still we see where a lot of people have very ancient, almost archaic holdings that are not only really expensive, but also the performance is terrible. So we've got to be careful that we have a very up-to-date portfolio and not something that was drawn up 20 or 25 years ago.
Absolutely. Well, Eric, it's about time for us to open up the
Wow.
phone lines again to the viewing audience. Can you tell them what they can expect to receive by being one of your callers?
Sure, Cynthia. So if you've never had a financial plan or you're looking for a second opinion, if anything here has piqued your interest, give us a call today. We're going to provide that financial plan valued at over $1,000. We're going to give it away complimentary, no obligation. And what this will consist of is simply taking the mystery out of financial planning by providing all these reports, the fee report, the Morningstar reports, a tax analysis, maybe even a volatility analysis. Let's see where it takes you. Let's see where that plan leads you. Let's get you reacquainted with your portfolio, and again, without any obligation. If you're interested in your very own income plan, we'll show you proven strategies and techniques to turbocharge your retirement income. In short, we're going to take all the guesswork out of financial planning, so give us a call today, 1-800-779-1942.
Eric, thank you so much. To the viewing audience at home, the phone lines are now open. That number to call once again is 800-779-1942. We know you have a lot of questions about planning your perfect stress-free retirement. Eric is able to guide you on the right path to get there safely and comfortably. Most importantly, to have peaceful peace of mind rather. There's the English version, Eric. Peace of mind to sleep well at night. Once again, the number to call is 800-779-1942. We'll be right back after this very short commercial break.
What does your retirement look like? Is it filled with travel, spending time with family, or are you too worried to even think about your hopes and dreams? Eric and his team can answer your questions with a complimentary review of your retirement and income plan, and it all starts with getting to know you. Because every dream needs a plan. Call Eric today and schedule your visit. You only retire once, so let's get it right the first time.
Welcome back to Retirement Talk Television. My name is Cynthia DeFazio, and I'm joined today, of course, by Eric Kearney. He is the president and the CEO of Retirement Wealth Advisors. Eric, an amazing show that we're having, just uncovering and talking about financial truths.
Yeah.
And something I want to kind of step back into a little bit and talk to you a little bit further is how your emotions should not play into your financial decisions per se, whether you be like depressed or happy. Let's talk a little bit of how emotions should definitely stay off the table.
Sure. So a lot of people come into us, they know they're not in a good financial situation. They know that their financial advisor has let them down. They really have no direction. But what do? Nothing. Sometimes I even wonder why they even came to the meeting. And I'm not trying to be mean, but the thing is they're like, I don't know if I can make it a change. The one question that I ask is, do you have the emotional capacity to make a change and leave your advisor? And when all of a sudden they don't know how to answer that, that's when the meeting is pretty much almost done. And what they do is they come back to me and they say, Eric, let me tell you something. I like my advisor. I think he's funny. He's got a few good jokes. And I kind of trust him. Well, that's great. That's what I want out of my barber. I like him, he's got some good jokes, and I trust him to cut my hair.
True.
Do I trust him to manage my money? No. And a lot of these people are realizing, okay, I have the comfort because I've been with this advisor for a long time. They don't write a financial plan. They don't show me a wealth management side. They don't show me a lifestyle income plan. They don't hold accountability that I'm going to be okay. But yet I stay with them because it feels safe, and I don't want to make that change. When those emotions get in the way, there's nothing I can do about them. And the thing is that we have so many people out there that we can help that I say, look, until you can make a change, there's nothing else that we can really do here. Please call us when you're ready to make that change. Even after these people leave, another day or two, I will send them out an email saying, look, I really appreciated meeting you. I really believe that a change is going to be inevitable in your future to benefit you. when you're capable of making that change, when you get rid of those emotions that's keeping you from making that change, please give us a call. And there's a lot of times, Cynthia, where 6 months later, maybe even a year later, they call me back and they're like, okay, Eric, I know I need to do something about this.
Yeah.
And that's when we go to work. And a lot of times people are thanking me. You made me realize that I was not in a good position. I just couldn't pull the trigger at that point.
Sure.
So a lot of times our emotions are getting us in the way and they're stopping us from actually living a good life.
Absolutely.
So like I said, that is the one thing that we're always very aware of when somebody comes in. You know, what is your past history with money?
Yeah.
This also has a lot to do with, how did you grow up with money?
Sure.
Did you have a lot of money? Did you not have a lot of money? Were you controlled by money? There's a lot of different things how we have feelings that are attached to money, and a lot of times they last us for a very long time.
That's very true. We have about 3 minutes left of the show, Eric, but I want to ask you, to the viewing audience at home, perhaps they're on the couch having a cup of coffee, they're wondering if they're with the right advisor.
Right.
What kind of questions should a person be asking to make sure that that person's a right fit for them?
Right. Do you really feel that you understand the direction that you're going into? Do you really feel that if all of a sudden the markets get volatile and tumultuous, are you able to survive that? Are you able to create sustainable income? Is inflation being factored in there? Are you given tax advantage ideas to reduce your taxable income? Are you worried about health care and also medical issues further in retirement? Are you able to keep that lifestyle sustainable all throughout retirement? These are all things that people want to know. They want to know that these have been factored into their financial plan and they've been considered. We had a client that was in a horrible car crash that changed both of their lives forever. The one thing is that they would come back to me and they said, Eric, if we weren't so proactive, we would not have been able to get through this the way that we did. It was all that proactive planning for all the what ifs that could happen, because a lot of times we don't know what those what ifs are.
Right.
But we are planning for consistent what ifs all throughout your life, and when they actually happen, we're prepared for that. And the financial plan and the lifestyle income plan, as well as your portfolio, are able to morph and go up and down as your needs change. And there's no one that's going to have a smooth, free retirement.
Yeah.
We're all going to have bumps and bruises.
Sure.
So these are the things that we've got to pay attention to.
Absolutely. Well, Eric, we only have about a minute left of the show today. Do you want to tell the viewers once again what they can receive by calling in?
Sure. Thanks so much for watching today. And again, if you're interested in a full-blown financial plan, give us a call, 1-800-779-1942. We're going to run all the reports for you, the fee reports, the Morningstar reports, a tax analysis. If you're interested in an income plan, we'll show you proven strategies and techniques to turbocharge retirement income. Give us a call today. We'll take all the guesswork out of financial planning, 1-800-779-1942.
Eric, thank you so much. Just another really amazing show, and I know just chock full with so much valuable information. To our viewers at home, once again, that number to call is 800-779-1942. We know you have a lot of questions about planning your perfect stress-free retirement. Well, Eric is here to make sure that you have all the right answers. You only get one chance to retire right, so let's do it right the first time. Thank you again for watching. We will see you here next week. Be safe, be happy, be blessed, and thank you again. Take care.